Seems lately that Obama is getting it from all directions. Both the left and the right are very critical of him. And a lot of people are talking about how, pundits and so forth are saying, well, when I'm out there talking with the average American, they're very angry. And, that's one response to life not going the way you want. And people think that there's power in that. There's power in anger. And, people who are angry, they must be justified in being angry, right? Because things aren't going the way they want them to. But that is something that arises from a victim kind of consciousness that is something that needs to be challenged at this time if we're going to, take it to the next level as individuals and as a species. I recall in 1989 or so, graduating and not being able to get any good, paying jobs or rewarding work of any type with my liberal arts degree from Michigan State. And it never once occurred to me as I trudged through my day as a clerk courier that George Bush Sr. was to blame for my situation. It just, I knew that if I had gotten some, horrible degree that would have bored me to tears but was more employable, then I would have some, better paying job. But that wasn't my choice. And in the long run, it helped me to move in a direction through being myself into a career that I created for myself. But it took a while for me to understand that I had to empower myself as opposed to expect the world to present me with the gift of a job that I would assume that I deserved. And so a lot of people that are talking about what Obama should be doing for them and isn't doing and so forth, they don't have any concrete examples of doing things differently. And the way I look at it, a lot of jobs that are crappy are leaving this country. A lot of things that we buy are produced in China and other countries where labor is cheap. And, a lot of crappy telemarketing jobs are being outsourced to India and other countries. And these are not rewarding jobs. And so this is kind of the trade-off that comes from being an advanced culture, is that as we shift into a global economy, people aren't going to buy a television because it was made in America. They're going to buy it because of its functionality and price. And that is simply the reality of the situation. So you can look at this as a crisis that's horrible or a crisis that's an opportunity to define for yourself what you're here to do and stop being a victim and blaming the president. These are shifting economic systems, situations that we're going through, but at the same time, it's also a chance for you to say, okay, how do I want to handle this situation? Do I see myself as a victim in a hopeless situation, or do I start looking at this from a deeper perspective? And one of the things that I think people can do is start listening to guidance. If you feel like you're being victimized by the world or by Obama or whatever, you're not going to receive guidance because you don't understand reality. The reality of the situation is it's not the president's job, nor should it be, to employ everybody. It's your job to find out who you are and what you're here to do, and to tune into inner guidance. And perhaps there's some reason that you're not able to get a job right now that has to do with your personal karma, and that you need to suffer. You need to live with someone else that you wouldn't normally be living with. You need to be needy in some way to get in touch with something within you, some lesson that it's there. But if you want to empower yourself, listen to your inner guidance. Find out what it is that your inner voice is guiding you to do. And don't just see yourself as somebody that is a child and project upon employers or the government kind of parental role, because it's not going to help you feel better. It's just going to make you feel worse. So I say tune in and find out what's going on within you in this time, and see if you're really doing what you want to be doing with your life. Because if you're not, you can always change it. You're never stuck if you decide to continue to grow.